Let's rev it up!
Hey YouTube, this is Duelist Alliance here. I'm bringing you guys a deck profile on my Odd Eyes Pendulum deck, so let's get straight into the deck. Alright, first we have 3 Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragons, the main beat stick of the deck basically. He's a really good card. He's 25, of course, because he's the main monster for Yugioh. Knowing that is, if you put him in a scale, at the end of the turn when you pop him, he can search another pendulum, so basically he's like a searcher for pendulum. Plus also his ability is where he does double the battle damage, so he's basically a good beat stick. Alright, next card is 3 Odd Eyes Arc Pendulum Dragon. This card's like your main card to put into the scale because it's a scale of 8. So, knowing that, also if a pendulum monster or Odd Eyes monster in your monster zone gets destroyed, you can special summon an Odd Eyes monster from your deck. So it's just good for special summoning Odd Eyes monsters. Gain many monsters you can, so you can go into Link Summon like Electrum, or you can go into Exceed Summons, basically. Alright, our next card, it's one of my favorites, is Odd Eyes Phantom Dragon. This is a really good beat 6 too. It also has 25 right here. But the main good thing about this is that if it attacks your opponent, it gets to do 12,000 points for each Odd Eyes you have in your scale. So since this is an Odd Eyes deck, of course you're going to have it. So it does an extra 24 points of damage. So basically this is a good card for basically hitting your opponent, basically. It's really fun. Next we have Odd Eyes Persona Dragon. Mostly, it doesn't really have high attack points really, but mostly I just use it as a scale 1, since Arc Dragon's scale of 8, so it's perfect for the scales. That's pretty much, I think this does a little more, but I don't think I reuse it, I just use it for scale basically. Also it's a 5, so I put like one rank 5 creature in this deck. I think it's numbers, we will get to it. Anyways, next card we have is Odd Eyes Mirage Dragon. Another card just for scale of 8, just, you know, to get your scales up fast enough so you can start pendulum summoning right away. Next we have 2 Performapal Trump Witch. Basically, this is a card to help you get your Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon, because Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon is a really good card in this deck. It negates card effects, so basically this is used to fusion summon. If this is in the scale, you can basically, once per turn, you can fusion some monsters on your field while using polymerization. So basically this is to help you get Vortex out. Next we have 2 Stargazer Magician. Basically for another scale 1. This deck you have to get your scales up fast enough, so basically use Stargazer as a scale 1, plus it's also 5, so you can go into rank 5 place. And next we have 2 Odd Eyes Lancer Dragons. Now this card is really good for, I think it does battle piercing damage, but also it's a really big beat stick, 3,000, so basically just play 2. So it's just a big beat stick, just to beat the living daylights out of your opponent, basically. Okay, next we're moving on to the spells. So now we have 3 Sky Races. This is a card that you can use to search your Odd Eyes. You pop a card, search your Odd Eyes, and then you can use Arc Dragon's effect to special summon a dragon. And then you can, if you have a pendulum summon the monster you just got. So basically this is a searcher card for your Odd Eyes. Knowing that, this also protects your, if you have this in play, this protects your pendulum scales from being destroyed by MST or Twin Twister, because they have to target this card first before they can target your pendulum scales. So it's a really great card for protecting your scales and searching your Odd Eyes cards. Next we have 3 Terraforming, of course, to get Skies. And then we have 3 Spiral Flame Strike. This is a really good card for also searching your Odd Eyes if you don't have your scales set up, or just want to get really powerful monsters out on the field. Knowing that, if you do have Odd Eyes on the field, this is a really good way to get rid of your opponent's cards, basically. Just pop a card and destroy it. So it's a really good card for clearing out the field, so you can attack directly and basically, hopefully, end their life points. Next we have Allure of Darkness, draw power. Most of this deck, all these monsters are dark types, so basically if there's a dark you don't really need, just banish it and draw 2, and you might get some more better cards. So basically this is just used for draw power. Next we have 2 Duelist Alliance. This card's useful to get more pendulums, of course. Search out for pendulum cards that you need, or basically pendulum monsters. So this is always a good card. Next we have 2 Odd Eyes Fusion to go into Vortex. Vortex is a really good card. So And next, I don't really see much play of this card, but I decided to test it out because sometimes I'm with my friends when we duel. I kind of get a little worried because they like to set a lot of back rows, so sometimes they like to blow up my field and just completely wreck it. So I think it's a really good card if your opponents like to set a lot of cards, or if it's a deck you're going against. Like, what deck would be a trap heavy? I think it would be Paleozoics. They trap heavy. All their monsters are trapped, so this is not a bad card to use against them. And it's 2 Hey Trunades. I don't really see much people use it since it came on Extreme Force, but I decided to use it, and it works pretty good. I mean, you can get hazards like Mirror Force or Storming Mirror Force, or you can get Trencher Tribute, because I know Trencher Tribute's back, so it's really good against, or Solemn Strike, of course. Alright, now we have our traps, and when we have 3 traps, we have 3 Storming Mirror Force. Like I said, this is a good card for basically clearing out your opponent's field, so if they attack you, just returns all their monsters, and then next turn you can Pendulum summon a bunch of monsters, and then hopefully end them in one turn, OTK them if possible. Alright, that's the main deck. Now off to the extra deck. We have, of course, I've been talking about this card a lot, Vortex Dragon. He's a really good card. The reason why he's really good is that if you have any odd-eyes monster in your face up in your extra deck, and if your opponent activates like a spell card like Dark Holder or Regeki or anything, you basically can negate the activation by returning that odd-eyes monster back into your deck, basically. So basically you can reuse that odd-eyes monster and also negate. So it's basically good for negation, for negating your opponent's card effects, basically. Or you can just disrupt their plays if they're doing any plays. Okay, next we have 2 Odd-Eyes Absolute Dragon. This is a good card for getting your other Odd-Eyes monsters if you need to when it's destroyed. And it's a pretty high attack point, so pretty much. And you can make rank 8s, no, rank 7s, my bad. I was thinking about Galaxy Eyes for a moment. I was like, that's not Galaxy Eyes. Another good card is number 11, Big Eye. It's always good to put Big Eye. Big Eye has always been a threat since the Dragon Rulers format. This card just lets you take control of your opponent's monster. So basically, if your opponent has one monster, summon this, take control of it, Pendulum summon a bunch of odd ice creatures, and basically attack heavily. So it's always a good card. 1 Gaia Dragon and Thunder Charger. This is a good card for just breaking through defenses. It does battle piercing, and it's a 7, so you can make it. Next we have Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon. This is a good card too for if your opponent activates card effect, they take 500, so it's always good to do damage when they basically activate card effects. Plus also it's 28, so it's a good beat 6, and it's over 7, so you can make it. And our 1 rank 5 monster, number 61. It's a good card just to blow up and do damage, so that's why. And also you have some 5, so I was like, yeah, why not? Next we have 2 Odd-Eyes Meteorburst Dragons. Just, you know, absolute. If you absolute destroy, you can get this guy out. He's not a bad card. He has good, decent attack points. And next, but not last, of course, Link format, you need Link monsters. And the best Link monster for any Pendulum deck, Heavymetalfoes Electrumite. You guys probably heard so much about this card. This card is a really good card from Pendulums because when you Pendulum summon and you put monsters, you can actually destroy monsters and then you can draw cards. It's just broken. And also you can search your Pendulums with this card too. So this card is just broken for Pendulum. So I only played 2. Also I only played 2 in my Pendulum Magician deck. Of course, with the new ban list, I'm still trying to work with it. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this deck profile. Don't forget to like, it really helps with the channel. And don't forget to subscribe so you can see more Yu-Gi-Oh videos like this or openings in the future. And also don't forget to click the bell icon so you'll be notified straight away when I upload a video like this or any other videos in the future. Anyways guys, once again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll be seeing you guys later. And don't forget to subscribe. You don't want to miss more Yu-Gi-Oh videos like this. Later guys.